This could be the decisive final game. The match is tied, but this last bullet game of the tiebreaker seems now will be decided. Harika could have taken an F6, it would have been perhaps even faster, but this wins the queen, and I think this is match over. Harika Dronavalli qualifies to the final in a tiebreaker after a very tight match. Both of these amazing ladies would have deserved that qualification so much, but in the end, Harika is the one with the smile on her face.
No, this is very unusual. I think Harika is going to be doing this all match. I saw some of her games against Kostanyuk, just trying to like play something different and not get into too much mainstream theory. And look, so far it's working. Look at that 20-second edge.
In a few moves, so she resigns after. And what a start for Harika. Harika's preparation has been impressive. For every speed chess match, she has a new idea, new surprise lines to bring, but Katya was mainly the one who, even if she was in a worse position, made miraculous comebacks. Now with the bullet chess, time management will become an even bigger, even more important part of the game, and Harika was the faster player, so we shall see if Katya can keep up. So far, it's just the same amount of time. They had 51 seconds in the moment I was talking about time management, but this is gonna be the final segment. Everything is at stake. Only one of these very strong players, amazing ladies, both of them so deserving of qualifying, but only one of them can make it to the final. But Harika says, you know what, I'm giving you the pawn and I'm going for the attack myself.
Look at that. She's taken a pawn, but now takes on g3, queen g3. She's going to lose her rook on f1. And Harika is going to take a 2-point edge. And
wow,
there it is.
Harika wins the very first bullet game. It is Katya who has to make a comeback from a difficult match and psychological situation too. Similarly, how Harika had to forget about the games where she had a winning position and didn't convert it. So this match has been very intense, back and forth, who is leading in the match. For now, it does feel like Harika has the upper hand in the bullet portion, but there's a long way till the end. 21 minutes and a half is exactly what's left from the match. The rook checks. Now this king and pawn endgame is completely winning, so Katya resigns. It's a 3-point lead for Harika now, and the world champion of Blitz.
But look at that. Okay, rook h8. You got to be very careful here for both sides.
Whose king is more vulnerable? This game is going back and forth after bishop e4. Now the bar was claiming that white has a winning move after the trade on e6, and now rook coming to the 8th rank. This is suddenly those situations where the g5 pawn drops. Also rook g7, rook takes f7 is a threat.
And look at that king so safe on d5, surprisingly. There is a bishop e3 check threat, but there was rook h2, and look at that. It's mating. Rook h3, rook takes h3, checkmate. Harika thinking for a little bit as the clock ticks down. We've got about 14 minutes left, and she'll still be up by 2 points.
Harika defended so well, and yet at the very last moment she crumbled. Ooh,
the computer doesn't like it. Why not?
It doesn't like it because of knight takes f2. That wins material. You need to take that knight, and then the e1 rook is hanging. Will it be played? Rook takes e2 instead. This is still winning after rook takes e4. They trade queens.
So there were a lot of ways to get a good position there as black, actually. It looks like this one was quite smart as well, as she's got an extra, how many pawns? 2 pawns. There it is. Kateryna's going to make this a 1-point match, guys, as she has now up an entire queen on the board. It will probably be played out to checkmate, as we still have that 1-point lead by Harika.
Yeah, now, of course, it also is for the overall time of the match. Harika will play this game on so that they have less time. At the moment, there's 11 minutes left of the match and checkmate on the board. So this is a 1-point lead now. Harika had a 3-point lead. Katya has made a huge comeback, winning the last 2 games. Can she win a 3rd one in a row with this momentum that she has gained? Yeah, they play so much better in bullet chess than I could ever do in classical chess, and that shows the difference. These are the 2 strongest, the top 2 female players, not the number 1, number 2, but among the very best of the best. Katya is the number 1 by Blitz rating, and Harika, I believe, currently is number 14, but she took down 2 of the favorites of the event, Alexandra Kostanyuk and Anna Muzichuk, to qualify to the semifinals. So even if not by rating, but by performance, she is among the favorites now to qualify to the final and maybe even win it. Who knows if she continues like this?
Oh no,
A7
yeah.
try to undermine the blockade.
I think you can. I think that's exactly what you can do, but take this pawn first. That was very clever of her. Bishop c5. What's that move? Let's see.
Oh, to go knight e7 and knight c8?
Well, it doesn't matter anymore because now it's on a7 and king g2 stops the pawn from queening, and she just picks up the piece on b8. Okay, king h1, timeout to stop a queen. Kateryna's about to make this a tied match, guys.
What a comeback by Kateryna. It seemed that she wasn't considering herself the favorite in bullet chess, and she started with a loss in the bullet portion. Harika had a 3-point lead, but now it's gone. There's only 7 minutes left of the match and the score is tied again.
Well, it's 10-10, guys, and I gotta say, I give them both a 10 out of 10 on their performance today, but sadly we only have one winner. So somebody's gonna have to up it to 11 or 12. Pawn takes d5. You can't continue to hold that pawn. And it looks like the computer hates the way that Kateryna dealt with this.
Because after the capture, you're winning the rook on e8. Rook takes e4, and the heavy pieces doubled on the e file are winning the rook as well. So Kateryna plays rook d4, hoping that the spin will win the piece back. But bishop f3, both queens are in the air.
Great move. Bishop f3, amazing. And Harika retakes the lead as Kateryna gets the white pieces. Can she even the score again with the win? We've only got 4 minutes left on the clock. That means 2 or 3 games, Anna.
This has been such an exciting match, and Harika, after a 3-game loss streak, made a huge comeback. Also emotionally, when you're feeling perhaps a little tilted, perhaps it's not going your way, and she made a comeback now to take the lead again in the match. We're keeping it on the long diagonal, and there's no checkmate.
And we could take this now, and there is no rook c4 because the bishop is protecting that square. Bishop d3, what about rook b8? Oh my god, the queen protects everything. 13 seconds left. Rook b2, queen a2 mate is now under threat.
And the bar is saying now it's mate for white. White giving checkmate in 4. It was indeed the true power of the d4 queen, centralized, defending and attacking at the same time. And now it's mate with queen f7.
It's checkmate, 11-11.
Kateryna ties the score. It is again 11-11. No one can take the lead in this match for more than a game in this final phase. It feels like we only have a minute and a half left. This could be the final bullet game, and whoever wins this game will qualify to the final.
Come on, guys, let's get a draw.
Yes, because now we have a tiebreaker. I want to see another mini match. This has been such a thrilling match. Both of these ladies would deserve to make it to the final, but one of them cannot qualify. Who will be the one taking this match with this final game, or will we have a tiebreaker of a mini bullet match?
Well, if we do, we're gonna have that 4-game bullet match followed by a potential Armageddon. But first, let's see if someone can win this game. And come on, guys.
Oh, queen b6, no, with the rook. Yes, 3-4 position. We get to see a tiebreaker. I've never been so happy for a draw. I think we were so rooting for a draw so that we can continue seeing these amazing ladies continuing the competition and fighting against each other. Such a thrilling battle. And it's a tie, meaning that we're gonna add extra time, and that extra time will be an additional couple of bullet games. If we could bring our format back on the screen to show what is the tiebreaker in this situation. If the match is still tied after the bullet portion, we get to see 4 additional 1+1 games. And if that mini match is tied, we add another mini match and then an Armageddon. This could go down the wire, even an Armageddon potentially at the end if we don't have a result.
And there it is. And now Harika is rounding up the game as she's threatening queen g2 mate. There are no more checks for white, and white does resign. And we get into our second game here with Harika taking an early lead.
She did play knight d4, I was wondering.
I was wondering about that, but wait, what's this? She forgot that her rook on b1 is hanging.
Oh no, this is not what she wanted. She was trying to attack the queen, but this was the wrong move. Knight d4 instead of e4 would have still been good for Harika. This means that Katya ties the score again with 2 games to go. It is a tie even in the tiebreaker.
A tie in the tiebreaker. Oh God. It can happen, and anything will happen as the players now with all of the pawns being traded. Look at that rook just giving that perpetual check. It looks like we're going into the rubber game. Oh boy, this is
That's
it.
me. Jen, with one game to go, the tiebreaker is tied. This is the final game of the tiebreaker, and again, we are where we were. Whoever wins this bullet game is going to qualify to the final. But if it's a draw, we're gonna have another tiebreaker.
Oh boy, the bishop c8 stopping rook g4 check. Good idea by Kateryna.
This could be the decisive final game. The match is tied, but this last bullet game of the tiebreaker seems now will be decided. Harika could have taken an f6, it would have been perhaps even faster, but this wins the queen, and I think this is match over. Harika Dronavalli qualifies to the final in a tiebreaker after a very tight match. Both of these amazing ladies would have deserved that qualification so much, but in the end, Harika is the one with the smile on her face.
What a match. What a match. Huge clap. So impressive. I gotta tell you, man, I mean, that was the tightest speed chess championship match in the entire women's speed chess champ so far. I mean, this has been incredible. Very sorry to see one player knocked out there.